Welcome to the 8th chapter of the Sapphire Course. In this chapter, I'll show you how you can set up welcome messages. First, we have to understand, what is a welcome message? A welcome message is a message that is sent when an event happens in Discord, like someone joining your server. There are 4 categories in welcome message in Sapphire. These are join, leave, boost, and role assignment messages. On Sapphire dashboard, click on Welcome Messages in the sidebar and make sure this is enabled, then click on Join Messages. By default, we will be on the Messages tab. Here we can create our join message template and groups. Click the New Message button and choose where you want to send the message when someone joins the server. You can make Sapphire to send the message to their DM or send the message on a channel in your Discord server. I will choose the general channel and click on Continue Styling Message button. Now you can see how the message looks like. You can edit this message by clicking the Edit tab. This works exactly the same as the normal message templates in Sapphire. This message template uses 2 variables such as user mention and guild name. In case you don't know how variables work, when Sapphire sends this message, it will replace user mention variable with a mention of the user who joined the server, and it will replace the guild name variable with your server name. I am going to keep the message as it is and save the changes. Now, we can use the simulation feature to test our join message. Click on Simulation tab, then click on Simulate All button. It shows a checkmark on the button if the simulation is successful. So now let's check our Discord server. Sapphire sent the welcome message on our server. The simulation feature allows us to test the welcome messages without needing someone else to join our server. Now I will show you the additional settings for the welcome message. We have 3 buttons here: Edit, Settings, and Delete Template. Clicking the Edit button will open the message editor to edit the message template. Clicking the Settings button will show more options to customize the behavior of the template. We can rename our template by clicking this button and then entering the name here. To make Sapphire wait for some time before sending the welcome message, enable this option and set a delay here. To delete the welcome message after some time, enable this option and set a delay here. Discord has a built-in rule screening that is shown to users to accept server rules while joining the server. To make Sapphire send the welcome message only after the new member finishes the rule screening, enable this option. To delete the welcome message after the member leaves the server, enable this option. To prevent Sapphire from sending a welcome message when you add new bots to the server, enable this option. To send a welcome message only when a bot joins the server, enable this option. You can click this button to delete the template. Next is Randomized Groups. Sapphire will send the same message template when a new member joins the server. But if you like to send different message instead, then the Randomized Groups feature is what you need. To use this feature, we need at least 2 message templates. So, I will create one more template. Click on the New Group button and choose where you want the group to send the templates. I will select the general channel on my server. You can choose DM if you want. Now we have to drag the templates into the group to add them. Below the template name you can see the probability rate, which means how much chance in percentage this template has to be sent by Sapphire. Right now it says 100% since we only have one template. If we add another one to the group, then it will show 50% for both templates. You can modify the probability rate for each message. To do it, click on the gear icon for the group, then enable the second option, which is Enable Message Probabilities. Now you can see a new option on both of our templates, and you can adjust the probability rate like this. If the template have the same probability rate, then there is a higher chance for Sapphire to send one of the templates twice in a row. For example, if 2 members join the server, then Sapphire might send template 1 or 2 for both members' welcome message. We can prevent this by enabling the first option, Prevent Instant Repeat. All the other options here are the same ones I explained earlier for the templates feature. We have a delete button on groups and on all of our templates. Clicking the delete button will delete our templates instead of just removing them from the group. So, if you want to remove a template from the group, you have to drag the template out from the group instead of using the delete button here. If there is no template in the group, then the group will be deleted automatically after you click Save Changes. A cool feature of the welcome message is dynamic images. Click on the New Dynamic Image button and then click the pencil icon. Now we can edit the dynamic image. This is the Dynamic Message Editor. Here we can see a preview of our welcome message. On the left side, we have layers, and below that we have customization options. Layers are the elements we have in our welcome message. Each element in the message is a separate layer. If I click on this Discord icon, you can see the layer for the icon is selected. You can customize the color, shape, size, basically anything you want. You can drag the layers to reorder their position in the message. So if I move the BG top layer above the main layer, then the blue element will show above the gray element. Here you can see a pencil icon and a delete button. We can rename the layer to any name we want by using the pencil icon. The trash icon is the delete button, so clicking on it will delete the layer. You may have noticed we have the color option when I choose the BG top layer. But if I click the welcome layer, you can see it shows a text box and text format options. This means we have different types of layers in the dynamic message. We can add new layers by clicking the plus icon. This will show 3 options: text, image, and color. Color is used to create shapes of any size and color we want. Text is for text layers. For image layers, we can either use the Discord user avatar or upload custom images. I will come back to this part later. On the preview, you can see a dotted line border. This is the area of the dynamic message. If I click an element and try to move it outside the border, it won't move out. It will stay inside the border. So we have to make sure our content stays inside this dotted line border. We can adjust the area by changing its dimensions here, so you can have a perfect square, a perfect rectangle, or any dimension you want. Here you can see I have elements inside, but there are free spaces around them. If I click the Align option, it will automatically change the size of the area to fit the elements. In the preview, you can see text layers have variables and normal text. When Sapphire sends this message to Discord, the variable name will be replaced by its value. For example, the variable user global nickname will be changed to the global nickname of the member who joins the server. You can play around with this to create really unique dynamic images, so I'm not going to explain every single option in very detailed here. I have prepared some dynamic message images, which you can download using the link in the video description. I have 2 folders here. One is for the source file, and another one is for the welcome images I designed and exported, which are ready to use. This includes 100 welcome message designs that you can use on Sapphire for free. If you would like to customize any of these welcome images, you can use the Figma file to edit them on your own. For this video, I already downloaded the images and will use them in the dynamic image. Now I will delete all layers except the welcome layer. I want to add an image layer, so I will click the plus button and select the image option. Here I will choose the upload option, so I can upload my own image. The image shows above the text layer, so I will first rename the image layer and then put it below the welcome message layer. Now the image is small. I want it to take the full width of the area, so I will adjust the dimensions here. I will use 500 pixels as width and 165 pixels as height. This is not the same for every image, so you have to experiment with your own images. You can also drag the control pointers to adjust the size. Now I will move the text layer to the correct position I want, which is in the empty area here. I will adjust its size so it looks good with the welcome message. Now I will add the Discord user avatar. To do that, I will add a new layer, select Image, then choose the User Avatar option. I will adjust the size of the avatar so it fits inside this circle. Now I will click outside the border and click the Align option. This will remove the extra spacing above and below the image. Now the dynamic image is ready, so let's see how it looks when Sapphire sends it on Discord. To make Sapphire use this dynamic image in the welcome message, we first have to attach it to our message template. So click the Attach to Message option and select the message template you want to attach this dynamic image to. Now I will use the simulation feature to send the message template. Here on Discord, Sapphire sent the welcome message with the dynamic image. It replaced the variable with my Discord display name and used my profile picture. Above the image, Sapphire added the message we had in our template. If you don't want this text, you can easily remove it. On the Sapphire dashboard, edit the message template and remove the text. If you remove the entire text and click the Save button, the text will still show up. This is because Discord doesn't allow sending an empty message. So what we have to do is delete the message, then press the space key on the keyboard so it adds a space, and then save the changes. Now I will use the simulation feature again to make Sapphire send this message on Discord. Here you can see Sapphire didn't add the text above the image. This is how the welcome message feature works in Sapphire. On the dashboard, we have different types of welcome messages. We only looked at the join message, but the other types have the same customization and features. The only thing that changes between these categories is when Sapphire sends the message. All these categories are just different events happening in Discord. So you can follow the exact same steps I showed in this tutorial to set up messages for any of these categories. The setup stays the same, only the trigger changes. For example, the join message is sent when a new member joins the server. The leave message is the opposite of the join message because Sapphire sends it when someone leaves the server. For the boost message, Sapphire sends the message when someone boosts the server. For role assignment, Sapphire sends the message when someone gets a role or loses a role. When you create a message template for role assignment, you can choose whether you want to send the message when someone gets a role or loses a role, and you can also select the specific role there. All the other options are the same as before. One important thing I have to mention about the boost message is that you have to enable an option on your server for it to work. Go to your server settings, then click on Engagement from the sidebar. Under the System Messages section, select a channel for Discord to send boost messages, then enable the option that sends a message when someone boosts the server. If you don't enable this option, Sapphire sometimes won't send the booster message because it doesn't know if someone boosted the server or not. That's it for this chapter. I hope I covered everything about the welcome message feature here. In the next chapter, I'll show you how to use the commands feature.